Hi, it's Lipstick Gal. Thanks for watching today. I wanted to do a top 5, bottom 5 of one of my absolute favorite brands, Colourpop. So today, a list of my top 5 types of products and the bottom 5 that I think are just not worth your time. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. And let's start with the ones that I think are the best. And I didn't really want to rank these because I love all of these products so much. I didn't really think that it would be fair to say this one's better than this one. All right, so if we're talking things that I think are just stellar, I would have to say Supershock products. So this here is a Supershock eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Ladybird. Look how metallic that is. It's absolutely gorgeous. This shade in particular is an ultra glitter shade. And I know there is a huge market out there for kind of like topper eyeshadows. I know Natasha Denona has some, Marc Jacobs, Hourglass. A lot of people are coming out with what is basically a really beautiful shimmery glitter. And you can get one of these, what are they, $6 now? And then you don't have to pay the 28, 30 bucks for the high-end ones, and I feel like this delivers that same look. I've also always been a huge fan of the Supershock highlighters. This is my favorite shade in Lunch Money. Oh my goodness, this shade is gorgeous. This doesn't have any glitter or shimmer in it. It just makes my skin glow. And I think that what's great is that they have so many different shades of their Supershock highlighters. I like it because they work well on days that I'm doing an all cream look, on days that I am wanting to put it over the top of a powdered face. That's when I just take a sponge, tap it in there, and then I'm able to get it on, and it doesn't lift up any of my base products. But I think the Supershock products, and I don't have any right now, but I have in the past really loved their Supershock blushes. And I miss when they don't do it anymore. They used to make a Supershock bronzer, which was just incredible. I just think Supershock products are the best. I want to get my hands on a few more blushes right now from them, but their highlights are fantastic, and just their regular Supershock eyeshadows. So many of these work beautifully for like a one shadow look. And they're fun. You can layer them however you want, but they just go on easy with the finger. I just think you can't go wrong with the Supershock, no matter what the formula is, whether it's cheeks or whether it's eyes. It's fantastic. Another product that I think Colourpop does so well is their Lux Lipstick. And these are all specifically the creme formula. They have a velvet blur formula, which is not my favorite. They have a matte formula, which is okay. But the one that I really feel like can rival some high-end lipsticks in wear, in shades, in formulation is the regular creme formula. And I even feel like the packaging itself is just so beautiful. The detail of the stars on the bullet itself. I just feel like their creme Lux lipstick is where it's at. It's a beautiful product. It wears well. It is comfortable. It's creamy. It's hydrating. And you get really beautiful pigmentation from these. I really feel like you can't go wrong. Number 3 for me is one that really surprises me, because although I do love Colourpop with my entire heart, I feel like most of their complexion products kind of land in the middle of their range. But one of my absolute favorites, and is a top 5 for me, is this. This is the Colourpop No Filter Stick. It's their stick foundation. I specifically love this formula because when I put it on and I sheer it out, either with a sponge or a brush, it looks like my natural skin. It doesn't end up looking, a lot of stick foundations can look really thick or really heavy. This one is gorgeous. I feel like they've got a really beautiful range of shades. I do prefer this over their liquid no filter foundation. I really do feel like, for me, the stick foundation gives me a more skin-like look, and I really love it. Number 4 is Colourpop's Ultra Glossy Lips. I love these lip glosses. I know that lip gloss is it's having a moment. Everybody is doing a gloss. Everybody's doing iterations of gloss, glossy sticks, I mean, all sorts of stuff. I really love these. These are $7. They have a wide range of shades, but I particularly love when they change the applicator from a doe foot to this little teeny tiny brush. I feel like I get better control of the product. But beyond that, I really do feel like the formula is worth it. I'm plowing through some of these. This one here is in the shade So Fresh. I mean, I've already finished one of these this year, and it takes a lot for me to finish a lip product. But I feel like the Ultra Glossy Lip is such a beautiful formula. I do prefer it to their So Juicy gloss, which is nice, but overall, I like the look of this just a little bit better. If you're a gloss lover, these are definitely worth the look. Number 5 for me, top, and it's probably, I don't know, I can never decide whether I love lips or eyes better from Colourpop, but I feel like their pressed shadows are incredible. So I obviously have a lot of pressed shadows here. Most of these are palettes that are pre-made. I love some of my favorites. I love the Dream Street from Kathleen Lights. I really love the Sweet Talk. I also have really fallen in love with these 9-pan palettes. This one, the It's My Pleasure. Oh, I love this one. It's so beautiful. But the ones that I end up using more often than not are the ones, I have 3 palettes just completely chock full of Colourpop singles. I only have 2 hands, so I can only hold up 2 of the palettes that I've made myself. I have 3 of these. I love Colourpop's pressed shadow singles. I love their pressed shadow palettes, their pre-made palettes. I just feel like you can't go wrong with the eyeshadows from Colourpop. Quality-wise, they have a really wide range of shades. The quality is beautiful. They have a multitude of finishes. They have glitter, they have satin, they have matte, they have metallic. They just really do a great job of making sure anything you could possibly want, you can get at a very reasonable price. I really feel like Colourpop does it well when it comes to the pressed shadow formula. My bottom 5 for Colourpop. Now these are the products that I can never figure out how to work or I don't like the formulation of. Colourpop has such a fantastic range of products, and I know that there are some of these products are going to be somebody's favorite. And if it's your favorite, that's fine, but I just never liked the way they worked for me, or I felt like Colourpop does so many other things in such a fantastic way. Why don't these like fly high like the other ones? All right, the first one I'll tell you I don't even have anymore. It's the BFF mascara. I found that one, not only did it flake, but it got smudging down here, and I don't like transfer. I don't like to look like a raccoon. So that just was a no-go for me. I wanted to love it. I wanted to love it really bad. And I love that they have all of those shades. I mean, if you want a yellow mascara, a blue mascara, a pink mascara, a red mascara, you can get it because Colourpop has it. And I love that they do that. But I just don't know that the formula works for me. Well, I know that the formula doesn't work for me. And I can't see myself purchasing another one of those. Number 2, it's not necessarily a bad product, but out of all the products there are, this one kind of leaves me kind of like, and it's their bronzers. I feel like their blushes are better, and maybe it's this particular one. This one is in the shade Private Party. I don't know, it's kind of like, is it really there? And maybe it's the shade I have, but I feel like I can build it up, build it up, build it up, build it up, and I just barely get anything. And then the next time I go to put another layer on, all of a sudden it goes from like I can hardly see it to like, whoa, what happened? And then it also, I find that it's a little bit patchy when I'm trying to blend it. There are places where it just won't stick down. And so for me, I just feel like they do so many other products so beautifully. I love their blushes, their pressed blushes. I love their pressed eyeshadows. I've never fallen in love with their pressed bronzers. This is a conundrum for me because I see it on the bestseller list all the time and I'm like, really? It's the Colourpop Lippy Primer. This is just your plain white primer. I've had this one for a while. It leaves a really silicone-y feel. I don't know. I just don't feel like it does enough. I don't like the way it feels on my lips. I guess that's basically what it is. I've tried really hard to love this product. I just can never get myself to love this product. And I know that people say that it's a dupe for the primer from MAC, which I really like. And although this is more affordable, I don't really feel like it's a dupe for it. And I feel like if I'm going to buy a primer, I'm going to buy the MAC primer over this any day. I don't usually use a primer on my lips, but if I were, I wouldn't recommend this one. Number 4 on my bottom 5, I couldn't really decide. And these both have the same problem, so I'm going to show you 2 items. The Supernova Shadow and the Jelly Much Shadow. I like the idea of both of these. I like that you have a shade like the Jelly Much. It's a really, and this is a really fun shade. I feel like the formula is fun, the shade is fun. This one is in the shade Perfectly Wretched from the Villains collab with Disney. And this Colourpop Supernova is in the shade Walk of Fame. Well, this one's really dried out. But I find that both of these, the problem I have with both of these is that I end up getting glitter fallout. And I end up just speckled with glitter under here. And I don't know whether it's these specific shades or whether it's these formulas that do it for me, that just leave me, you know, glittery everywhere all under here. I don't need that from a makeup product. So these are both fails for me. The last product on my list of fails from Colourpop is their Ultra Matte Lip. I know a lot of people love the Ultra Matte Lip. I remember when they first launched, I bought like 5 or 6 of them and I was so excited. And then when they arrived, they weren't comfortable to wear, they were drying. I have heard that they've reformulated since their initial launch, but still, I'm not inspired. I'm not inspired. I have a really hard line when it comes to liquid lipsticks. There are very few that I actually like. And the ones that I do tend to like are higher end, and they are the type that don't completely dry down. So there's minimal transfer, but they don't get to be so drying that they crumble and fall off my lips, or that my lips start looking like a desert because it gets so dry. And I feel like that's what the Colourpop Ultra Matte Lip does. It dries and then it crumbles as well as making my lips just look like the desert. And that's not what I'm going for. So that's my top 5, bottom 5 from Colourpop. Now, it's hard for me to name things that I don't like about Colourpop because Colourpop is one of the brands that I love, like almost everything they make. There are a couple of hiccups here and there, and if those products work for you, fantastic. But it took me a long time to figure out what are the 5 products I don't like from Colourpop, because I love so much, and I think they do so many things so well. But this was fun to do. I had to really sit down and really think about it. And there are so many products that I love, like you can't put it all. You can't put it all in the top 5. Let me know if there is a product that you absolutely swear by that Colourpop makes, or one that was a real big fail for you that you just didn't like the way that it worked or didn't like the way that it looked. Thank you for watching today. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.